Hey guys, if you're enjoying the show and listening to us talk about what needs to be said in surfing, then please do us a favour and chuck us a follow wherever you get your podcast fix.
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all the rest. The best part about it, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing. That way we can keep bringing you the goods. You can also find some of our stuff on Instagram and TikTok where we throw up some extras. So please tune into those.
Our handle on that is at the Largo Podcast. And once again, thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Zach Peter Whiteman, Kira teams on the weekend, a famous fourth place finish for Libar Boardriders. Proud of the whole team. How are your thoughts from that weekend? What were you thinking? How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, we came from, I believe after our first heat, 19th.
We did. And
I believe we were around the 19th, 20th mark, and there's only about sub 30 teams in it. So we were closer to the bottom than we were to the top.
Yeah.
And we come out fourth.
And it was a stressful morning. Friday, I sent you a text Thursday night for a Friday morning start, hoping to swap two of our surfers around because one of them couldn't make it. Generally, that's been fine in the past, but this time Kira Boardriders have taken a hard stance, which I respect, mind you. I think it's a good thing. But wasn't super good for us on the morning because we had to arrange a surfer to get there within the next sort of hour or two, which from Lennox Head, D-Bar is about an hour drive. We managed to get, not even arguably, our best surfer up there for his heat and didn't go his way. Pretty sort of rushed morning, didn't really get a free surf in, went out, got a third place, had a tough heat, mind you.
Yeah, he did have a pretty stacked heat too.
Yeah, James Wood, by the way, who is like perennial
World Junior champ.
Well, two-time World Junior champ, surf coach to the stars.
Board shaper. King of talking dribble.
King of that, and also king of Boardrider events. He doesn't usually miss. This time just had a bit of a shocker really, and didn't get off to the greatest start, but kind of almost in that situation feels like it takes a bit of the pressure off everyone behind him. Almost does him a bit
Did for me.
Does him a bit of a favour in some cases, and we had a few. I think we ended up with 3 first places, 4.
Which our boy Finley was one of them.
I got 1, 4 seconds, and a third. Yeah, for a final average total of. It worked out. We came 4th, which is great. Bit of money for the club.
It is.
Bit of experience for the crew. And it's been an event that I know you've been doing for years. You had a bit of a break, but sort of a little bit of a comeback this year.
I don't think I've ever surfed in it.
You haven't done a Kira
That was my
teams?
first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I've done a few now just because generally this is the event where like I tend to get a call up because not everyone wants to do it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it. But yeah, I've done a few and haven't really had a melt in a while, which has been nice. Got it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Last year you got it first. This year you get it first.
Yeah.
I reckon you're getting a call soon for next year.
I hope so. I do enjoy doing these things. I get really anxious and it wigs me out. But
you were wigging out. For our listeners out there, this is how much he was wigging out before his heat. He was asking us if he should use different wax to which he used at home, which you just made clear is only an hour away. It's not a fucking new ecosystem. He was like, should I use this wax or this wax? And myself and Kai Healy both said, whatever you used an hour or two ago at home will be suffice. But nonetheless, it worked. Got the win.
I used a different wax as well.
Well, I didn't, and I got second, so maybe I'm the fool here.
Well, and for those that probably going, you got something wrong with you, which there's every chance I do.
There's a lot wrong with both of us.
Yeah, the drive up the Tweed it is. You said it's not a different ecosystem. The water temperature can vary by like numerous degrees between Lennox and Gold Coast at times. So it's not a silly question to ask.
I reckon I'm almost putting my tin hat on for that one.
Oh my God. Anyway, 4th place, everyone was frothing, and yeah, it was good. And like I said, good result for the club. So we're all very happy. So for the week though, we've had this swell fill in, which was hyped up as the next bloody Cyclone Yazi swell or whatever the last one was. That Yazi was years ago, but that was just the one that came to mind.
Last one, Alfred.
So the next Cyclone Alfred was supposedly coming to our shores, 6 metre east or southeast swell, which generally for Kira that's more than enough, and kind of didn't really hit anywhere. Lennox Point was just an absolute write-off.
It always is though. Like, let's be real. If you're seeing cyclone or gale force winds and big swells, anything with the south or even the west, which is good wind for here, don't come to Lennox. And I'm not trying to be a local hero and say don't come here, it's too crowded. It's genuinely shit.
Come here if you enjoy doing big fat cutbacks all day.
Yeah, if you're working on your Timu J-Bay version of a cutback, then yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone kind of messages me and goes like, "Oh, what's Lennox going to be like?" And it's funny, I oftenly message back and go, "Shit," just one word, "shit," and they go, you're fucking with us. I'm like, seriously not. Like,
Don't come.
It is going to be rubbish.
Don't bother.
And you're a natural footer who loves the point, right?
I love the point. Point's like pretty well my favourite wave. Kira is too, but for different reasons. And not even Kira was cooking. It was probably, I saw some bigger ones, like maybe a few 4-footers, but not what you're after when you head to Kira in terms of wave shape.
It looked like greeny.
Kind of did, eh? It looked like it was almost sort of a bit almondy, and then it would throw out, and then there was turn sections and stuff, which is weird. Usually for Kira, you just set your rail and
forget.
Go for the head for surfers. But yeah, didn't really materialize up here, but
did somewhere else.
It did, and hopefully I got the name right here. Tom Myers, is that correct?
I'm going to guess it's Tommy Myers, the man with the mushroom haircut.
Mushroom haircut, Tom Myers. Not like, I almost had to, and it looked like different days, mind you, between clips, but I almost had to go back and watch his last one to make sure that like AI hadn't come through and like put up a clip of him that isn't actually real, because he got one of the better waves probably ever seen on that Sydney coastline, or even like probably the east coastline really of Australia, only a couple months ago, and then comes out again this week, or was it today or was it yesterday?
Yes, today, I believe.
Comes out yesterday and gets one that's, I mean, I wouldn't even say one's better. They're both amazing, you know? It was crazy.
Both really big.
Really big, really tubed as well, and comes out with sort of vigorous applause from the crowd. And to get one of those waves in a swell is like amazing, but then to like back it up the next swell and get one as good, if not better, is really, really hard to do. Like I've been searching. I got a good wave at Kira a few years ago. I've been searching for one of those for a long time, and it hasn't come yet.
Oh, you'll be keeping on searching in that joint.
Exactly.
It's a circus. But yeah, he's definitely got the monkey off his back of a one-hit wonder. Can't call him that. He's definitely not a Carly Rae Jepsen. Who else is in that kind of bucket?
What song did she Friday?
Call me maybe.
Oh no, who sang Friday?
Maybe she's Friday.
No, that was Rebecca Black.
Rebecca Black. Well, they're both fucking shit. So those two, two are the ones we're talking.
Call Me Maybe was an icon of its time.
It was, but so anyway, back to regular programming. Tom Myers is not Rebecca Black in that sense. He is now being promoted to King of Fresh. He should get free beers at the local watering hole if it was up to me.
Well, if he didn't already from that last wave, he definitely does now. So yeah, well done to Tom for wrangling the beast again and getting that one. I mean, you go from one extreme to the other. The US Open at Huntington Beach finished in, I don't know.
It was okay.
It was okay. The first day looked like torture.
The first day was so bad they were hoping for a tsunami. The one that was on alert for Hawaii and other various islands. They were seriously hoping for a tsunami, for it to be a surfable wave.
Yeah. I saw poor old Tully Wiley, big old unit. I don't understand how you can get the world's best and get him to go and surf that. It's just such a shame. Considering the waves that they finished in, like, for those that didn't see, it was borderline not breaking. There's a clip of Julian Wilson doing the rounds. I think he managed like a 3 on this wave, but it was dead set knee high, and he had to paddle for like 30 meters to actually catch the thing, and then does some really nice surfing on it. But it's just not surfing. It's not waves that allow for high performance surfing, and I don't know. I mean, we had a few people asking in the DMs, like, how can you get the world's best to go and try and perform in these waves? It doesn't really add up. And it is, the event almost has that sort of iconic status, and I don't think they'll get rid of it. It
never
brings in huge crowds. The merch sales, the local economy would be just booming during and after this event. So it's I'm going to go out and just say it's here to stay, but God, at times it's hard to watch. How much of this event did you see?
A fair bit. Yeah. This one's good. Good time zone for me, Finley.
Yeah.
You can wake up early enough and get maybe 5 or 6, maybe even like up to 8 heats if you wake up early enough.
Yeah.
So this one I enjoyed. I didn't watch too much of the opening rounds, and well, I'm glad I didn't. It was horrendous. But yeah, touching back on what you were saying there, I can't see it going just because of the sheer size. There's so much happening on the beach that is probably going to pay for the event 2 times over.
Yeah.
The only event that I can kind of think of that's in the same scale is the old days Quickie Pro.
At the beach at Goldie.
At Snapper, yeah.
Probably Sakurama as well.
Yeah, Sakurama as well. This one is very similar in which the crowds, everything's there, like on the beach, but the waves just constantly let down everyone.
Yeah.
And it's the age-old thing, like, why do we go here? But unfortunately, money talks at the end of the day.
It does.
It is an important factor. It's a boring factor, but it's what, you know, makes it tick over and continue to happen. So, look, there's worse. I feel like a lot of the crew enjoy it. There's parties and whatnot afterwards. There's premieres, Snap 5 premiered there as well. There's often skaters, FMX on the beach. So, like, to be honest, and seems like it's titties galore down there, like everywhere. So, I don't think anyone's having that much of a bad time. Whereas I have heard Brazil's a little bit like, well, it's just waves of shit and I'm running out of shit to do.
Yeah, yeah.
This one kind of feels like a fun event, so I don't think anyone's there to kick it off anytime soon.
It's definitely some sort of circus antics going on around it. Like, it does look like a bit of a fun place to be at during this event. But look, the waves may have been a bit lackluster, but the surfing wasn't. We had the winners of the event, Levi Slauson and Sawyer Lindblad, on the ladies' side, and then on the men's side we had Matthias Hurdy, and then the ladies' runner-up was Tia Zabrowski. So,
what a year for Tia.
She's the real deal. We keep saying it. She's unbelievable.
It'll be hard for her not to qualify now.
She
could probably.
I'd almost lock her in. The ladies' tour is hard, just because you do need to keep consistently getting results. But she's had already such good results. I don't see her even. Like the waves that are coming up, I haven't really seen her surf at, but she's so good. I don't really see her losing before the quarterfinals. So, look, very, very good results all around there for everyone. Sawyer Lindblad, she kind of showed her world tour standard in this event. Bit of class, bit of a class advantage over the field. She gets the job done, narrowly beating Tia in the final. I think, though, back to Tia, she's going to be a problem for the ladies tour for the next 20 years. What year do you reckon she's born in?
I don't know, but she's 14.
2011 she was born. So if you didn't already feel like a piece of shit, now you do.
Oh, thank you, Finley.
I definitely do anyway.
That's crazy that she's pretty well guaranteed a spot on next year's tour at 15. She'll be 15 then. That's... Man, if you're someone like Steph Gilmore, you're shitting your pants at this point. You're really thinking, okay, like, I could come back and really show these youngsters, you know, what it's really about and go that way, or you're going to get sent home packing embarrassingly at this point.
Yeah.
Especially the prestigious surfers on tour, like your Tyler Wrights, Steph Gilmore, if she does, you know, want to return, Lakey Peterson. I'd be worried if I was that crew.
Yeah, 100%. Whether or not Steph comes back or not, we're unsure. She's kind of semi-committed, hasn't she? As she said...
Until Tia.
Yeah, well, maybe there's going to be some reneging on that. I'm not sure. But look, to the men's side, probably the best week of Matthias's life, you'd have to imagine.
I love that good news story that came out of this. Obviously, jumping on the Revere team.
Yeah, finally.
Since Quicksilver, 5 years? I would call it 5 years.
It'd be around that, I'd imagine. He's been without a sticker on his nose for quite some time.
One of the most electric, most talked about as well surfers through that 5 years. It wasn't like, hey, look, you got dropped and kind of, fuck it, it's not for me. He stuck around, did everything right, going to a lot of these specialty events, remaining super relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, great following.
Stab.
Ripping.
He's going on all the stab trips, doing the stab sort of showcases that they do.
Yep.
It actually really doesn't make sense. Like, he's a good-looking lad. He rips. He talks well. He doesn't seem like he puts himself out, puts his nose out where it doesn't belong, if you know what I mean. Like,
super modest.
Really modest guy, and it just troubles me that it took him this long to sort of find financial backing.
That just depicts where the surf industry was 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's obviously the light is starting to, the sun is starting to shine a little bit more, as, you know, if I had a crystal ball. But back then, like, yeah, he was one of many, realistically, that got the cut.
For sure. Yeah, and look, gets a sticker on the nose, comes runner up in the event, and put himself really, really high up in the rankings now, which is really good for him. We'll get to that soon. The winner of this event, though, Levi Slawson, his first major win. Probably not a household name. Not many would be super familiar with his work. He came second and third in back-to-back years at the WSL World Juniors, 2022 and 23, I believe. Sauce Bottle, friend of the show, active listener.
Gordo.
Asks, is he a one-hit wonder? At this point, you'd say yes, because this is the first event he's won, but I don't believe so. I think he's put himself, similar to Mateus, right up in the rankings, and I think he's going to kick on with it. So I'm pretty confident that Levi now has set himself up for a very strong back half of the year, and I don't think he's going to be one of these guys that doesn't fall. I don't want to put the mocker on him, but I think he can keep going.
I'm feeling a Mikey Madonna.
I don't know, man. I'm not with him. He's really well rounded. I think he can.
Yeah, but so many crew are, and it's not about that. It's just about backing it up.
Yeah. Oh, look, I've been watching him for a few years now, and I saw him surfing in those World Junior title events, and he's very good. He also had a breakout Hawaii season a few years ago where he pretty well went and landed some of the biggest airs we've ever seen coming out of Hawaii. It seems like every year someone does that. I know Reef Hazelwood had one. Sheon Crawford this last year, and Levi had one of those a few years ago where they just blew everyone out of the water. I'm pretty confident that he's gonna kick on, as I said before.
Well, good on him, and I hope I am wrong, and I hope you're right for him.
Absolutely. Disappointments, though. We'll move on to a few of those. So my first one, Georgie Pitar, fallen off the tour, makes a massive trip over to the States, and his hands only left the rail once in his heat. Got a 5.77, and that was it. Really tough way to lose.
It's tough when you look at the financial impact that it takes to get there, and you don't even showcase your surfing at all, really.
No. Like a 5.77 is a decent score in these waves, but if you only get one of them, you're not going to make a heat with a 5.77 heat total.
That's a big ouch.
Yeah, the other one was Dakota Walters for a different reason. Really think this was an event for him to make a huge jump up the leaderboard, and he got the score he needed. It just came 1 second too late.
How was that shifty on the shorey?
That was sick.
For something so minor, it looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
A full skater, boned out little shifty thing.
Yeah.
I wonder what the judges would have thought, whether they were just these old reptilians just in the stand just going, what the fuck was that? Whereas most people, and even the commentators on the broadcast, were like, that was sick. But there was a lot of damage done on the outside on that wave.
He would have got the score. I think so. And that, I reckon they would have just scored it as if it was a floater, which it kind of was. It was just like a pimped out floater.
You'd have to give it more than a floater.
Well, I know, but I don't think they'd know how. I don't know if the judges would know how to score. It's like
That's why I referred to them as reptilians.
It's almost like a chopper. Like it's kind of like a bit hard, but then they never score him more like a Superman or something. They just go, that sucks. Which I feel like we could have a similar scenario there. I don't think it was going to blow their minds, but I definitely think he would have got the score and progressed through that.
He did do 3 big turns out of the back.
He did, yeah. There was more than just that.
But to miss out on that wave by honestly less than a second, it would have been in the decimals at that point.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. That
Literally
really is.
the difference between like purely just a takeoff. Like the heat, he's caught the wave during the heat, and then the time it took him to pop up, the siren had gone. Which
Fourth priority as well.
Yeah, such a shame. Nolan Raposa, you had some thoughts on him?
Oh, I thought this was just going to be... I didn't really see him like smashing it and taking out the win, but just getting really up to the pointy end of the stick, maybe quarters or something.
Yeah.
He's just got such a big following there. He's done really well in the past there. He's got his squad there. Those things, when they come together, usually pay off, but this time he bowed out early.
Yeah, not the... Again, another one who would have been pretty disappointed with his result. And finally, my last disappointment, and this is a common theme with this segment, that it's not always performance-based, and Jacob Wilcox, well on his way to pretty well securing his spot on the tour for next year. He's already had some amazing results to begin with, and he looks to have suffered a pretty serious ankle injury in his round of 32 heat, I believe. Just trying to land a pretty stock air for him, and sometimes they're the worst ones. It's not the big freaking Griffin Colapinto Hail Marys at Margie's main break that injure you. It's the ones that 1 to 2 foot Huntington apparently that get you. And like it was a pretty, not even that big of an air, and he just stomped it maybe in a little bit of an awkward situation. And he's done his ankle. Still sits first on the leaderboard though. It's important to note. And to be fair, I think he's done most of his job. I think if he gets a few events in later on in the year, I think it'll be more than enough for him to seal the deal.
Yeah, we're just hoping this one's maybe like a 4 to 6 week lay on the lounge with a bucket of ice around your ankle and rest up and then come back, rather than, hey, look, take a seat for the rest of the year.
You almost hope it's a break and not ligaments, because ligaments are the ones that stuff you around. For
hard tissue is usually a little shorter, especially ligaments. They linger for pretty well a lifetime.
A break,
unfortunately, I know this.
You do. A break is more just like pretty stock, sort of 6 to 8 weeks, I think, which we'll sit him out for probably...
Unless it's your femur, then you're kind of fucked.
Well, yeah, I don't
That's a wheelchair job, that one.
It's definitely in his ankle. So, fingers crossed for Jacob. It's not too serious. Now onto the surprises. Not heaps here in terms of surprises, but one person who we did mention before, Mike McDonough. Haven't seen him look this solid since his snapper win.
Looked level-headed. It looked like not much was phasing him, and like, let's be real, like he's struggled with that before, keeping level-headed under pressure, and he just looked cool, calm, and collected.
He was surfing so confidently, man, and like you said, nothing seemed to phase him. If he needed a score, you knew he was going to get it, and even up into the heat that he lost in, didn't go down leaving anything to chance, like he got away on the hooter. He needed a low 6, came in just shy of that. I think he needed a 6.2 or something, and he got a 6.1 doing an air, which again, Mike doesn't generally go for airs so
especially
much
under pressure.
Yeah, and for him to pull that out was really impressive when he needed it. I actually thought that could have been the score, but I actually believe he should have made that heat anyway. There was a 5.8 in there, very, very dubious 5.8 that I think was criminally underscored. And if you go back and look at it, he did a very, very big turn out the back. Probably, like he did an air. I think the turn was better than the air. Even Carlos Munoz did an air too. I think that turn was better than his air also, where he got a big, like a mid-6 on. So yeah, look, I think that one was criminally underscored.
Can we talk about his stature at the moment? The commentators on the broadcast did. He is a unit at the moment. Yeah. Especially with his shaved head. He just looks like he's straight from like the US Marines up the beach or something, like he's been training on the beach. Those like hardcore YouTube videos. It's like, come train like a Marine. He just escaped from one of those things. He's looking solid as.
Yeah, he's still got little stalk legs though. I like to remind him of that one occasionally. Next,
get in the ring, boys.
No, it's a bit of a long-standing joke we've had. But yeah, he is looking like a unit. Taro Watanabe though, a guy I picked to qualify this year. Didn't see this being an event that he'd register a decent result at. Probably similar to Mikey, really. Not a venue where you go on they're going to have a really good result here. Cracked into the quarterfinals and has set himself up really nicely for a run home in some events where I see him doing quite well. pretty good as well I had a look through at who I picked to qualify this year, and it's not looking good for me at this stage. I know we're only 3 events in, but there's not many people.
3 events in, 2 to go. Am I correct?
No, there's 7 this year. I remember they extended it, so there's actually 4 to go, and so there's
which
more.
Ones?
What do we got?
We got Portugal,
Pipe, Saquarema, and Newcastle. Remember they do the switcheroo?
But they're next year.
Yeah, but they're 4 this year.
Yeah, but there's a typo on WSL then.
No, it is next year, but it's on this year's tour.
Yeah, but on 2 of the different timelines, it's Pipe is event 6. It's also event 1 as well.
It's event 1 on the CT. Is it not?
We will get back to you shortly on that. But I was wigging out, and I feel like half the world is still wigging out, to be honest. Like, if it's in 2025 season, whack it in the fucking calendar year and make it easier for us surfers.
Yeah.
We're not we're not going to space with Elon anytime soon. So make it easy for us, WSL, please. I know this is a year that we're changing over and whatnot, but anyway, nonetheless, there's still so much time for that leaderboard to change.
There is.
I just, God hope it doesn't change for Jacob. There's no more deserving surfer in the world right now than Jacob Wilcox. This will be his 4th or 5th year of almost making it by the pube on his nutsack and not making it.
Yeah. We'll go into some rankings now then, just while we're on the topic of it. I'll pull them up for the men. We'll do men's first, just because Jacob's there. So first place, obviously, is Jacob. Now, gets a 25th place with that injury sort of pull out. He didn't pull out of the event. He just came in mid-heat and just...
It was like 23 minutes left or something.
So he came in mid-heat, gets 17... It was
so sad. He did a bottom turn with intent and then you can just tell he's just gone, nope, and straightens out and goes in from the beach. Yeah,
you could tell there was something pretty badly wrong with his ankle. So 1,700 points there, but he got a 9th place at the second event too. Mm-hmm. So he's first with 15,000 points. Mateus Hurdy in at second, jumps up 9 spots. He's another guy. He's looking really good actually. He's had 2 nights and a second, so he's really solid up the top. Luke Thompson drops down a spot to 3rd. Levi Slawson up 44 spots into 4th. Oscar Berry 5th.
Good event for Oscar.
Really good event for Oscar, and he's been really sneaky here, up into 5th, putting together a few really nice results. Dimitri Poulos, 6th place. Georgie Pittar still in the top 10 after his 700 points, 33rd. So
dirty dirt.
That's a throwaway for him. Matty McGillivray in at 8th. Michael Rodriguez 9th. Liam O'Brien 10th, and then Hiroto Ohara 11th. Moved up 17 spots. No cars for Hiroto this year, though.
No cars.
No. Ladies' side, though. Let's have a flick through. So, yeah, Tia Zabrowski. What's that? 3rd place, 5th place, 2nd place.
That's going to be really tough to beat.
She's flying.
She's almost got that little green gold circle next to her name that says qualified.
Almost chuck her in. Yolanda Hopkins still in at 2nd after a 5th place. 3rd place, Sally Fitzgibbons. 4th place, Nadia Aristabe. 5th place, Francisca Vaselko. 6th place, Teresa Bonvalot. 7th place, Laura Raup. Not much really to touch on there, Zach. You got anything to add?
Better not.
Good call. Accountability, though, for this event. Me and you, once again, we picked our 3 surfers to do well.
Mm-hmm. You did much better than I did.
I did pretty good. Mateus Hurdy was my first pick. He came 2nd. Winter Vincent didn't do as well, round of 32. Michael Rodriguez 3rd. So pretty happy with that.
I had Morgs. He got around 16. Chippo could have been a win if you asked me, but he got around 32 with the injury.
Yeah.
And Nolan Raposa around a 32. Again, in the slightly disappointment bucket for my boy Nolan. Great lad though. If he is listening, hello Nolan.
So yeah, that was your rankings and our little accountability section. Listener questions though.
Yep. So these are our listener questions for the US Open in Huntington. The first one here, I like this, and we've actually intertwined 2 questions. One from Sam Heatley. Is that how you say his name? Heatley. Yep. And Cam McDougall. So Sam has asked, Emrod's 4.17 claim in the semis was hilarious. And Cam has also thrown in that thoughts on the claims in the US Open. Over to you, Finley.
Yes, Sam, the claim was hilarious. It was nothing more than the 4.17 or whatever it was that he got. So you can definitely, that's a very valid question. Cam's question, thoughts on all the claims at the US Open. It is what it is. I think as well, given the proximity of the crowd to the beach, it probably maybe influences people to claim a bit more because you're hearing a lot more of like yelling. You know, there's people there, screaming fans. I reckon that would add to that slightly. So look, it is what it is. You're always going to have claims. It does seem to be more at these events, and I just think it's because the conditions are so bad. You kind of almost throw that claim up just to try and get that extra 0.2 that might get you over the line at the end of the heat. You know,
I think it's because they've had to throw the kitchen sink to be there over going through the Pro Junior Series, the QS Regional Series. You finally get your shot at the Challenger Series. The waves are shit. Then you finally get a wave in shit waves. It's like that pressure needs to release. Yeah. And they've just let it all out. I think that's where it's really coming to. I do believe we need to reinstate the Kelly Slater rule, though.
If it's under an 8.
Yeah, anything under an 8 will cost you $5.
Yeah.
And then everyone has to put $5 in a jar. That's a great rule. I kind of don't like it on face value because it's like if you said happy birthday to someone every day of the year, by the 365th day you go, well, there's no substance to it. Like you've just said it all the time. So if we're claiming 4s, it's ridiculous if you ask me.
Yeah.
Although, look at sports like basketball. When they shoot a 3, how many 3s are shot in a basketball game? There's plenty.
Yeah.
But they always have their little claim. It's a claim at the end of the day.
Some kind of celebration.
Yeah, so maybe this is going to become the new norm.
Yeah, look, I don't mind a claim if it's in the right context. I don't really appreciate the ones, like you said. You can't really be claiming 4s, unless, I guess, if you need a 3, then that does. But if you need like a 6 and it's clearly not a 6, I sort of don't.
If you need a 2 and there's 1 second to go and you manage to get a 2 and you claim it, fair enough. But if there's 28 minutes to go and you're claiming a 4.17, that deserves a fine or a suspension, in my opinion.
I agree, Zach. And then the second question, why CT surfers, why are they allowed to surf challenges and take points away from others?
Yep, that was by Junior Source. G'day, Owen. It's a great question, and I'm sure it really grinds the gears of your fellow Challenger Series surfers because especially coming up against someone like Kanoa.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, really? He's going to mop the floor with me. He's just got that joint dialed.
Yeah.
Previous winner. Pretty sure.
He's won it a couple of times,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's won it a couple of times.
Griffin Colapinto didn't surf this time, but he's won it in the past as well.
Yeah.
I don't believe he needed to win as well. I think he'd already he was on tour at the time. It does seem to have like a lot of people go there, but I think the timing now, and they're also as well, to add to that question, there used to be a rule that you had to surf like a QS or a Challenger Series event in your region, I believe.
A promotional rule.
Yeah, and it was part of the contract that you sign when you qualify. Don't believe that's the case anymore, though. I don't think you have to. I think it's just you can elect to.
I'm guessing this wasn't a WSL thing. It would be a sponsorship for Kanoa.
Yeah.
Thing. There would have been someone there, that has gone, look, we sponsor you. We sponsor this event, and this is your home event. It makes perfect sense to get you on the table at a signing thing or just presence. Presence is a big thing, as well as like it brings, these guys have all got big names, but having bigger names in the event, like a Kanoa, it brings the people who are less likely to come down to the beach and watch. They go, I've heard of that Kanoa dude. Oh, he's at home. He's the local hero. I like basketball, but I kind of like surfing.
Yeah.
They're the ones that they're trying to get to the beach. It's not me and you.
No.
We don't give 2 hoots of it. Who's in it.
No. Although, like, if I see Kanoa's in a heat, I will make an effort to watch it as well.
There you go. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's worked.
Yeah, definitely.
That in itself has worked. The people who disagree, though, is everyone he knocked out.
Yeah, you're trying to live their dream, and he's just ruining dreams. So yeah, look, there is that. I don't believe the contractual obligation to surf it as per the WSL rules is there anymore. I think you just can elect to. And like Zach said, it probably more or less, he lives there, so he may have just wanted to do it for that reason. It's his home event, or there may have been some sponsorship obligations for him to show up to. So
to be one of the two, Finley, because Chopa's been pumping and he's not there.
No, and it's not a great warm-up for Chopes, is it?
It's not a great look, to be honest.
No.
Everyone should be flocking there. If they're seeing a swell like that before the event, there's no better warm-up.
No, 100%. You want to go and put yourself in the juice, and that's a good segue into Chopu. Probably my favourite event up there with J-Bay, really.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good to watch. Very well timed for our sort of setup here in Australia.
Only a couple of hours ahead, I believe.
Yeah, so we wake up and it's on. Looks like we're going to have some swell on tap for this event, which is nice. Probably better before the event again. The curse continues, but at least we've been left with some waves for the event this time, which is cool.
Yeah, my question to you, Finley, is today, which is one day before the event, and I believe yesterday, absolutely firing. Glassy 8 to 10 foot. Are they going to run if it was like that? Because it's a shame, but it's a real thing that they need to consider is safety. At what point do you go, hey, we know it's firing, but are we just going to send our athletes to their death?
Yeah, look, they've got to run. They'd have to. Look, to be fair, for how dangerous of a wave Chopes is, never really, unless you don't hear about him, but you never really hear much in terms of injuries coming out of that joint. I think.
Oh, there's plenty.
Yeah, but compared to pipe, where you have these really serious.
I think it's second to pipe though.
Right, in terms of
worldwide injuries.
Yeah. Well, but you hear the pros talk, and again, I'm not sure because I haven't been there. You've been there. You can talk on this more than me, and we've probably said this before in the pod and in previous episodes, but they'd prefer to surf there because of how perfect the wave is compared to pipe, and they know that if you make the drop, you're probably okay most of the time, just of how perfect the wave is. Whereas pipe has boils and it has deep sections and shallow sections and weird caves and stuff in the reef. I think Chopes is a little bit more user friendly, albeit still terrifying, and I don't want a bar of it. But yeah, look, I think they'd run. They've run this in some really serious conditions. Look at the Olympics. That was probably as
different organisation though.
Different organisation, but I think they'd send them out. They'd have to.
What about the chicks?
They'd be uproar.
What about the chicks? What about the Sheilas?
Look. Yeah, I probably don't think they're as inclined to send the girls out, and I think
they shouldn't be allowed to have a voice in this one. I reckon they just need to go, yes sir, no sir. Yeah, you're out or you're in.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially if you've made the cut. If you're saying no to it's pumping glassy, and you're saying no, if I was the commissioner, I'd be like, righto, you don't have to surf, but I'm going to go into that village over there and pull out someone who will, and they're going to take your points.
100%. Yeah, they've got to, because
this is their time. They've been asking for it for fucking years.
Yeah.
If I see it,
it'll be really disappointing.
It'll be a big miss, and they've already had a big miss. They're already on the radar for Margs.
Yeah.
The women said, we're not going to surf. It is not, I don't even know what. They just said they don't want to surf.
Yeah.
It was 10-foot glassy pumping.
Yeah.
For them to say no here, it's going to put them 5 years behind, in my opinion. Yeah.
And they can't continue with this extended tour next year. You're only going to have more girls, and you have to start pushing them, because I worked it out recently, which I don't really think it's an issue at all, because it's been behind for so many years. But on average, the girls make, there is less of them, but they make about $70 to $80K US dollars more than the men each year on average. That's like a stat. You can't have the men, which still at this stage is the blue ribbon event of these CT events,
as per viewership,
not people are tuning in to watch the men more so than the women, and that's just facts. So
shoot us now if you don't like that, but it is unfortunately a fact.
It's tough. And I think absolutely fine. At this stage, we've got this extended tour next year, so this prize money thing is going to mellow out, and it's just the way averages work. It's going to average out more the same. But this year, it seriously is $70,000 to $80,000 US gap between the men's and the ladies' earnings on average. And it's just, it shouldn't be that. So
especially tying it into chopu specifically. If I'm a guy and they're like, it's on, and it's like almost code red, and they go, you're going out, that's like very scary for them.
Yeah.
It's equally as scary for the guys as it is for the girls, might I add.
100%.
The guys might be a little more comfortable, but they're not looking at those waves and going, yeah, piece of cake.
Yeah.
So for them to say, hey, look, we're going to run the chicks when it's more suitable for them, it's like, well, the risk versus reward is so skewed that you start going, well, why the fuck am I paddling out there?
Yeah. Like, what's the incentive for, obviously there's points on the line and that, but like they're not doing this for free. Like there's no one's doing this.
There will be helmets worn. It'll be Oakley fucking Helmet City, this event you watch.
If you said, hey, we're going to do this tour, you're all going to go and surf amazing waves all year, but we're not going to pay you any money. You're completely forking out of your own pocket. We're just going to put up the setups and we'll run the heats, but you don't get any money. No one would do it. No. It's just go, I'm not doing it. So if they're going,
if it was 3 foot, yeah,
but like, or even just in general, they'd go, well, I'm not going to freaking surf Sakurema for free, or you know what I mean? Like they may go to chokes, but they're not going to go in that window. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird one. So if they're out there and it's bombing 10 foot and they're going, okay, hang on, how come I'm out here like pretty well fearing for my life right now, and the girls are sat in the boat watching, not having to paddle out, and they're going to make more money than us this year. It doesn't add up. So I think for the sake of like the sport almost and the ladies surfing moving forward, just chuck them out if it's solid. Some of them will go, a lot of them won't, which is fine. Like I wouldn't
totally
go.
Fine.
I'm not going to sit here and go, I'd go that wave. Like I'd sit out there and I'd paddle out. I wouldn't go any probably if it's 8 foot, you know. Which is fine. Just sit out there. It's a perfectly formulated reef break. Like you're not going to cop waves on the head.
Oh, I did.
Well, I
got some good
but
ones.
Just sit out a bit further. You know, like it's pretty blatantly obvious who wants it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
Molly Picklam's going to put her head down and go. Faheen Fierro's going to put her head down and go. Mate, I'm not going to name names, but some of the others won't, and that's fine. Go out, sit there, get knocked out of the event.
But give them the opportunity to do so.
Give Molly Picklam the opportunity to knife one. You know what I mean? Don't take it away from her because you're worried about the other girls.
Yeah.
Just that is my stance on that.
Couldn't agree more. And there's people out there going, you sexist, fat, chubba fucking podcasters. We're on the women's side here.
Yeah.
You need to put them in those opportunities. It's equal opportunity to equal result.
Yeah. Again, it's not a money thing because... Well, it is, but it's like the girls surfing has been behind in terms of that for so long. They're probably due a payday.
Yeah.
But just moving forward, we're now equal pay. The tours are going to be similar sizes, still more on the men's side, but that's fine. Going forward, we need to have it so that on any given day they can run the men's and the ladies, and it's not more risky for one than the other. Because if you're going to bring that into it, then you need to elevate the payday. You know what I mean?
Risk versus reward. That is that's across all basic forms of business.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. And to anyone who didn't like it, then sorry, not sorry, really.
But yeah, look, we moved on from that. We're going to have some swell. I think they're going to run day one. Looks really good.
100% they're going to run day one because day 2, 3, 4 looks a little sleepy. And I just hope they're not going, all right, day one men's all day. And then day 2, 3, 4, chicks are going to finish it.
But even like the next days after, it's smaller, but it's still going to be solid. There's still going to be waves, I think. So it's going to be okay. Just run them, do half and half.
Chuck half and half is fine.
The same as you would do at J-Bay where we're going to run men's round 1, we're going to run ladies round 1. Then we're going to run
many ladies heats.
No, there's
going to be like 4 heats.
Yeah, there's like half as many. So let's hope they do that. We got a bit of news out of WSL last week. Medina has not accepted his wildcard. Now, he applied for one, got rejected, then was offered one when Alejo Munez pulled out with a shoulder injury and rejected it, which is a bit of a boss move, I thought.
Yeah.
He went, if you're not going to give me one to begin with, I don't want it. So
that's like I don't want your petty one.
Yeah. So he's pulled out of the event, which I think all of the top 5 surfers are thanking Jesus for.
There was a good chance he didn't surf any events all year. The first one back he wins.
100%.
There's a very good chance.
It's probably almost 50-50, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd put it in those odds. So, Yeah, look, the surfing world's worse off for not seeing him out there, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we're going to have a fair run to the top 5. There is some skits wild cards in this event. But yeah, if you add Medina, you throw him into the pack and it just becomes scary very quickly.
For sure.
Speaking of wild cards, 12-year-old girl in the draw. She's incredible.
Yeah.
Her backhand tube style, albeit I don't know how much paddle power she's going to have if it is 6 to 8 foot to get into these things, but her backhand tube style is up there with Pickles. It's up there with Katie Simmers, like that. Very, very good in the backhand barrel sort of genre. She's going to be more than fine. I think she's going to cause some upsets in this event also. I don't know how much of how much of her surfing you've seen. Yeah,
she came over for the Oki Grom comp and blew my mind. Not just in, barrels, obviously. I've seen her Instagram. Mate, she rips.
What did she come? Did she final?
No, didn't final.
But
quarters or semis, but like just when you saw her surf, just so mature for how small she is.
Yeah. And you probably get that when you've been surfing chope since you were 8. So,
but snapper's a right hand, fun, rippable wave. So
definitely
not thrown in that cast of people where you go, just kind of that person's good at that wave or that type of wave. She is very all rounded.
Literally mark my words, if she can catch these waves, and I haven't seen that, but if she's able to paddle into them when it's a bit more solid, looks like it's going to be. She's going to be an issue in this draw for some of the CT campaigners, and I think as well if they do what we said we hope they wouldn't, which is run in the smaller days, she's really going to be an issue.
Yeah, I see her much more suited to the smaller waves purely based upon her size. I'm going to go out and say she won't lose in the elimination round in this event. She will beat someone. For sure. Okay. And someone will be running home with their tail between their legs after being beaten by a 12-year-old girl. Fair enough. I take it. Yep.
We had one listener question for Chopes.
Ben O'Bourne. Is Toledo posting photos of him doing turns at Chopes a sign of admitting an early defeat?
I hope not. They're all doing turns. Probably not a great decision for him to do that. I can't imagine what the comment section would have been for him. But yeah, look,
not when there's clips that are coming out like what we're seeing.
Yeah, we were seeing toe-ins from today. I hope he got stuck in the last couple of days. Turns at Chopes. I don't think it's a sign of him admitting an early defeat. I think that's just an oversight from his PR team going, oh yeah, this will be a good look for you. More turns at Chopu.
I reckon we could see Toledo 3.0.
No, I'm hoping Toledo original. Well, actually, you can't even say Toledo original because he still hasn't really proven himself at Chope. So
no.
Maybe 3.0 is the version of Philippe that has a crack at Chopes.
No, as the number gets bigger, it gets worse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like an earthquake.
Okay.
Winners for yourself, Finley. Who have you got?
So, men's side, Cali Vast.
Mm-hmm.
Men's wildcard. He's so incredible out there. He's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Same deal on the ladies for Hen Fierro.
Mm-hmm. Local knowledge.
She is the best one in the draw, and the only thing that will stop her is a slow ocean. That is, she lost in the semis 2 or 3 years ago. She wins the next year. She's the red hot favourite for this event.
She's got the track record to do it.
If you've got some pennies in your unnamed sports betting account.
Unnamed sports betting account?
Well, you use them all to bet on sport. They're all sports betting accounts, but there is one that is actually called.
Touche.
But yeah, I'd maybe have a flutter on her to win because she is as good a chance as you'll find, really. Who's your winners?
I've gone with Italo.
Yep.
Gone are the days of Brazilians can't win in big ways. Yeah, he's proven himself out there as, someone who can really put it up to the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Forehand, I just think it's going to be such a critical thing there.
Yep.
Especially you can't slow down on your backhand, whereas forehand you can kind of do more of like a bottom turn check.
Yeah.
Or you can put double hand.
Pie in the oven.
Yeah, it's just hard on your backhand. I think the backhand we're going to see a lot of slingshot tubes in from really deep and then just like not really slowing down, just kind of going full pace towards the channel.
Yeah.
Whereas a goofy footer can do that plus slow down.
100%.
So I've gone Italo for that one. And my chicks winner, I've gone with Pickles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back it.
We mentioned it last week or the week before. Pickles is probably the only person that has the backhand barrel riding figured out more so than others.
100%.
So Pickles it is.
Couldn't agree more.
And my dark horse on the men's is Joel Vaughan, purely because I saw a video of him duck diving a monster wave that looked like a 15-story building. So the fact that he's out there and just, I don't even know if he got a wave.
Yeah.
Don't care.
But he's out there.
He's out there figuring it out, getting that feeling. That might be enough for him to sneak up into the juicy parts of the rounds.
Yeah. Do you have a ladies one, or are you just going to leave the ladies, do you reckon? There's not many surfers in the draw that will...
I'm going to go like a Lakey then.
Yeah, just chuck Lakey in.
Just a Lakey.
Hope she can...
She's been there before plenty of times.
Yeah.
So...
I'll go... So
I want to throw in Courtney Connell, but she's gone.
The Sea Tiger.
Yeah, she actually fucking has a dig.
She's a menace, eh?
I've seen it in the flesh. She has a dig.
She's a menace. Dark horses for me. So similar to Zach, the girls draw. It's hard to pick one because the ones who will do well in the event, they're all favourites, really.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other ones is kind of like your Vahine, who I've actually picked to win. So she's out of there. But the only one that I really see as a dark horse is Kalia Galena, which is the 12-year-old wildcard. I'm happy
fair enough
to chuck her in and watch her take out some of the long reigning CT girls, because I think she will.
Yep.
So that's our sort of preview for Chopes. Fingers crossed we get a good forecast. It's looking decent. Hopefully it materialises. But yeah, you got anything more to add, Zach? Are you pretty happy there?
Get the fucking popcorn ready for day one, peoples. It could be pretty good.
Absolutely. And we'll leave you with that. Thanks again for listening, everyone. And we'll see you next week.
See you then. Bye.
Hey guys, just finished editing the pod and realised that me and Zach both forgot to do our fantasy team. So I'm going to jump in now and do that quickly. If you want to hear Zach's, jump on the Connor O'Leary episode that we posted on Monday. His is at the end of that episode and was actually picked by Connor. So there's some real good insights there. But I'll go through mine quickly now. Tier A, I've got Molly Picklum. I think you look at the other two options in that bracket, Gabriella Bryan and Katie Simmers. I think she stands not only head and shoulders above the draw, but head and shoulders above that tier, those tier selections as well. So happy to lock her in there. Tier B speaks for itself. Erin Brooks and Caroline Marks. I think you just got to lock and load those. Those two are going to be very tough to beat in this event, I feel. But Tier C is where the money maker is, I think. I think Vahine Fierro, she's going to be an absolute nightmare in this event. And I think she's the red hot favourite to win. I've got my ×2 on her. And like I say, it's not often that a Tier C gets the ×2, but this is one of those cases. Into the men's now, Tier A, Italo Ferreira and Griffin Colapinto. Both madmen. The forecast looks like it's going to be pretty solid. So those are two guys that are not afraid to put their head down and go. Tier B, Jack Robinson, Baramamia, Jiao Chianca, Miguel Pupo. All lunatics, all really experienced at Chopu. And I think you kind of just have to put them all in. Maybe Miguel you can move around, but he's really good out there too. So pretty happy with the Tier B selections. And then my Tier C, similar with the ladies, Callie Vast. I've locked and loaded him. He's my ×2, and he is going to be very, very tough to beat. I think he probably will go close to winning the event also. And then my other Tier C selection is Al Cleland. He had a really good run at the Olympics there, got some really high scores, so happy with him also. Like I said, go check out the Connor episode for some real insights from a guy that's actually going to be there with his fantasy team selection. But there's my 2 cents as well. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next week.